episode 5. I'm, as always, so thrilled to be here playing Doctor Who with these wonderful, wonderful friends of mine. Thank you again to the Lady May for that amazing intro, opening, producing, doing all the work that you've done, and for those amazing recaps. I hope that you, the chat, are enjoying them, but I know we are. We get a lot out of all of that, and it's like really gets us pumped to play. So thank you for that. As you might notice, we have a special guest here. Danny is joining us for this episode. We have no doctor. Well, we have several doctors still, but we don't have the doctor for this week's episode. Instead, we are joined by our special guest, Danny, who will be playing a character you will meet shortly. I am, as always, Super Dylan. We're Dylan. I go by she, he, and they pronouns. You can find me on Super Dylan everywhere on the internet. I am also on the Atom List, which is a Starfinder podcast. But tonight, I'm running us through Doctor Who, and I would love for my co-stars to introduce themselves and brag about how amazing you are before we jump back in. And can we please start with my special guest, Danny?
Hello, thank you so much for the introduction. I'm Danny, hello, otherwise known as Bitterthorn on the internets. I am a cosplayer and TTRPG player, and just all-around nerd. So you can come follow me, and I basically just love friendship. So I am so excited to play with everybody here, because I think Diana's the only one I've ever played with. So this will be fun.
Oh, that's so fun. I'm so excited. Okay, DK.
Hi, hello, that's me. I'm DK. I play Sidley Ware. When I am not here, I am at Abadarlings on Twitter, sharing my every single thought and my every aesthetic whim with you, whether you like it or not. So if that's a thing that sounds interesting to you, feel free to join me there. Otherwise, you can catch me on Exquisite Corpse Presents, running very weird, very broken games of D&D that I have homebrewed myself. We're having a great time. Yeah, that's me. That's what I do.
Absolutely incredible. Please go check them out. Why haven't you done this yet? Go. Jay.
Me? Oh, that is
Jay,
me.
yes.
Sorry. The caption came in as day, and my brain did not register that as me.
That's very fair. It's a different word. That's absolutely 100%.
I love my brain. Hello, everybody. My name is Jay, like the letter. I am at Nolawoo on Twitter, and at Knowledgedraws if you want to see my art. My exciting thing is I found out today I got nominated for a best character art thing in a stream for a thing that Dylan GM'd called Lost Over the Fence. And that's super exciting, and that's my little win brag for the opening of the stream, I guess. And I'm gonna throw it over to EJ.
Thank you, Jay. My name is also EJ, like the letters. So I was confused when they said J too. But anyways, I'm EJ. That's one big egg in chat. I'm several big eggs on Twitter. And my exciting thing is I can be found on Stella Luna's channel on Friday nights, playing very gay D&D with the person who runs this channel, the Lady May. And so check us out there if you like gay things and buff ladies. That's it.
I do, in fact, love those things. Thank you so very much. All right, what if we played some Doctor Who? What if we did that? Do you think? Yeah. Okay. Let's jump in. You went to the Echo Planet and left with an extra passenger. The curator of the museum was taken out heavily injured, with long-standing hurts. And so the doctor did a short drop-off where they took the curator to a special kind of hospital, one that is beyond the current reaches of human medicine, in order to help her. He parted ways with you, leaving you in control with the TARDIS. The TARDIS heavily instructed to babysit the situation as best as possible. The doctor also instructed that you please not get into any trouble. However, you are being assured that you're taken somewhere very fun, interesting, and educational for your vacation away from the doctor. A short little pit stop made on Earth to briefly recap, maybe check in with family if you wanted to. And Lucretia, you were able to reconnect with Zosha, who, when they saw you, was, I would say, about here on the anxiety scale. And kind of disheveled. If you don't recall, this is Lucretia's scribe, sort of an assistant to their medical work. They have laptop in hand, coffee in the other, cell phone tucked to the shoulder, and saw you and began weeping. And that all kind of stopped when you showed her the TARDIS. And how would it go when you invite her? How does that go?
I think immediately upon seeing Zasha again for the first time in maybe, I don't know, how long has it actually been? Like a couple days, a week?
For her, it's been just a couple of days, yeah.
Cool, yeah. Lucretia's just gonna, like, stare at her as she stares back at me, and we do that little moment on TikTok where it's like, I look at him, and he looks at me, and I look at him. And then Lucretia just, Zasha, chin up. It'll be okay. And
does that
Lucretia,
mean you're coming back to work?
No, not yet. And Lucretia pull out their phone and a little proudly show Zasha the pictures of me on vacation at Echo. And it's like me and Ernest and Sita like hanging out at like the beach and the museum that we went to after, and then just pictures of just the things that I've seen. And I'm bringing her over to the TARDIS as I'm showing these pictures. And Lou is just saying, and you'll never guess how I traveled. And arm flourish this, and it's literally just the police box.
I think what happens is Zosha's got your phone in her hands and is examining the pictures like so sure that these are photoshopped, and is like following you and listening but not really paying attention, and you have to kind of like nudge them to like actually get her to look, and when she finally does, it's just laptop like to the side. Okay, are you feeling good? You feel?
I'm fine. How are you feeling? And Lou's just gonna open one of the doors, and the inside is larger.
Please tell me that's how you actually say it. The inside.
Luke just opens the door and says, "Yeah, inside."
Okay. How? Hi. Yeah, she's gonna wander in. Are the rest of the doctors inside? She's just sort of like completely flabbergasted, speechless, and just wandering around the
Sita,
center console.
Ernest, this is Zasha. Zasha, these are my friends from undergrad.
Hi, Sasha.
Hello.
I met you at the buffet, but nice to see you again.
Yep.
So, Dr. Wen, you have never taken a vacation in the time that I've known you.
No, I haven't.
So, your first one, I guess, is to space. So, great.
It wasn't originally by choice, more like the doctor found me, well, us. The doctor found us.
Which doctor?
The doctor, the person who owns this. And then I'm scrolling to find like a picture of me and the doctor and point at him.
I think you did.
Maybe it's
take
like a
one.
selfie with us four.
Yeah.
It's like a selfie of us four.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, just...
Maybe I should go with you so that you can enjoy your vacation. I'll work from here. Right? Wouldn't that be so cool? And I could make sure that you are safe and good.
I don't know if your laptop's gonna work in space.
Well, okay. But I can take your phone and I can manage your patients from here.
If you want to come, I would like you to see what I am seeing. It's life-changing.
Oh, thank goodness. Okay, yeah. I was not gonna want to beg, but I would have begged. So thanks. Yeah, okay, great. And just like finds a chair, buckles in, like big grin.
I think we should just
That's
like
a spirit.
my chair. That is my chair.
Oh, sorry. Like get up immediately and find another one.
You like sit next to me. And Lucretia's gonna just gesture to the coffee. Is this for me or is this Sasha's coffee?
Oh, that's you can have it. You can have whatever you want. If you take me to space, you can have whatever coffee you like. I did drink it though. I drank probably half of it already.
Lucretia's has already taken it and is drinking it.
You got it. Yeah, absolutely. The TARDIS door shuts with a quiet little click. And the center console starts to light and flicker as the monitor reveals a little winky face that does like a little bing.
I love her.
After a few moments, the console monitor kind of showcases a little like it's almost like one of those late night ads for Sandals Resorts that comes across the screen. It's a flowy moving images, and it comes across the screen. It kind of in big block letters, the Toyland planet, with a big ribbon background behind the words. And there's a couple of still images of what almost looks like the inside of a snow globe, like these figurines that look plastic. Some of them look wooden, even. And after a couple of images, the TARDIS monitor just says, "Say yes to travel."
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes,
okay.
what?
Yeah.
Immediately just and the TARDIS takes off in an aggressive shaking manner.
Sorry.
Enthusiastic consent from the
Wait, yes,
doctors.
what? What are you saying yes to?
I think we're going to a
Toilet.
resort. I don't know. She wants to take us somewhere. We always pick the place. I figured we'd let her pick the time.
I don't know. They look kind of nice. I've never been to a resort before.
Also,
Well-
the screen did say yes to travel, and I have poor impulse.
That's a good point.
Ah. And Lucretia is just finally understanding why the other two just said yes, and I was like, that makes sense now. Because I think I like to imagine Lou and Zasha were just talking quietly in the corner, because Lou wanted updates on their cases.
Yes.
And all of that.
Yep. Yeah, Sasha's giving you the full update on everybody when the ship just flings itself into the void. You have just a few minutes of travel if you'd like to say or just do anything before we arrive through the other end of this wormhole.
I'll
How
offer some
Zot
Dramamine
look.
to Zosha. Oh shit.
She'll take it. Yeah. She'll take it and she'll chase it with a 5-hour energy that she pulls out of her pocket.
Yeah, just in case.
Sasha, I like you.
I heard
Yeah.
the first time we traveled here, so just looking out.
Thanks, I appreciate that. I think somebody else had said something. No? Good?
I don't
Great.
think so. It might have
Okay.
been me, but I don't remember.
Okay. After just a few moments, to Zasha's surprise, the TARDIS comes to that screeching halt and materializes at as the door kind of clicks open. You realize that you're at the gate to like sort of a sterile looking room environment. It is like sort of that sterile looking stainless steel and like bright white colored room directly ahead of you. The TARDIS is sort of pushed up against it, almost like it's matching like airlocks. And the door opens and a sort of pristine looking gentleman, although not human, more of a bug, sort of pronounced buggish
Yes.
eyes, a little bit of antennae, but he is bipedal and wearing a very flashy suit. Puts out a gloved, we'll call it a hand, and opens and says, "Oh, your vessel put ahead some reservations for you. I see we have one. Oh, we have one extra joining us, but that should be fine. This ride is not full for the time being. Does everyone have everything they need? We don't allow any filming on the tour, you are welcome to keep your phones."
Apologies. Where are we?
Oh, you are on the tram for the Toyland planet.
We should just
Ernie
like
will like
hmm,
hold
and
up
just looks
his.
at the other
Oh,
two.
sorry.
Go ahead.
I feel like I'm always talking over you. Ernie's gonna hold up his like little Dramamine container and be like, "How fast does the tram go?"
Oh, no need to worry. It is a slow tour ride,
Okay.
so that you
anything
can
over like
showcase.
30 miles per hour, I just take precautionary measures.
No, that will not be necessary, I assure you.
Good to know.
If you are uncomfortable at any point, we do have a dark room for you to go to, and you will not need to be exposed. However, the trip lasts about 1 hour, in which time you will see all of the known areas that are safe to explore on the Toyland planet. Of course, visually only. At this time, you cannot enter the planet proper, but the tram will allow you to see everything far more than we've ever been able to see.
Ooh. Sounds good.
You will also have a certified tour guide, an expert in all things Toyland Planet, along for the ride with you. So, whenever you're ready, you just go ahead and step forward.
As they talk about the guide that is going to join, you see a figure shuffling forward, and it is this like iridescent metallic figure, almost like if somebody were wearing a shiny morph suit. There's just no features really. It's just this moving figure, and it comes over and it says, "Hello, I will be your guide for this tour. I am Celestian.
Hi, Celestian.
I am looking forward to accompanying you on this trip. Beep, beep, beep."
Does it really say beep, 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 or does a beep noise happen?
There's like a beeping noise. Yes.
Okay.
You see Ernie steps forward and starts to like extend his hand for a handshake, but then like doesn't know if you'll accept because you are an alien.
They kind of look at it and they say, "I assume this is the greeting of your kind," and they'll just extend the hand also, following your lead.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. Anyways, how would you like to begin your tour?
I look to Sita.
At the beginning, I don't know much about this planet. Where do you think is the best place to begin, Celestian?
Then come follow me. And they'll turn and just start guiding you down this little walkway towards the trail.
When you enter the tram, Zosha's so excited to follow. When you enter the tram itself, there's like sort of like a little sterilization area. The air's lock, and then you are let into the main part of the tram. It is like sort of like those trams you would see at like a zoo, where there's one windowed side, and the other side is completely enclosed. It looks pretty heavy duty. The glass looks very thick and sustained. There are seats that face the window, but there's also like a bar that you could walk right up to if you wanted to. There are a couple of like tables and trays with little snacks and fun looking beverages. There's one that looks sort of like there's like a little lava lamp type fluid inside. There is like a bowl of what looks like little candies. They're like sort of round, hard, metallic looking.
Please make yourself comfortable. Beep, beep, beep. Is there like you said there's something about like a sanitization area? Like, do they have to go walk through this to get on board?
Yes.
Okay. Please proceed to the decontamination area, where we will make sure that you are not bringing any unnecessary pathogens on board. Beep, beep, beep.
Ernie assumes like the airport X-ray position where it's like feet wide, hands above your head.
Yeah.
Doesn't know if it's necessary, but
Completely opposite of that, Lou's looking sink to scrub in.
You all get like one sort of spritz, and then like a green light clicks, and you're allowed to pass through. Zosha does get doused 3 times. She has not been. She has not had time to care for herself, so she gets sprayed a couple extra times before getting the green light, and then each of you are allowed through.
Thank you. You have now been thoroughly decontaminated. Please come to the observing deck. Beep, beep, beep.
What is in these drinks, Celestian?
These drinks are a local delicacy that have been made to be safe for human consumption.
Is
Beep,
it
beep, beep.
alcoholic?
good.
Yeah, that's not an answer, Celestian.
Ernie goes, sounds good, and takes a sip.
Lou looks to Ernie and says, "Is there alcohol in it?"
There is a mixture of alcoholic beverages to your left. The non-alcoholic beverages are to your right. Beep, beep, beep.
Ernest, I'll give you the choice as to which one you grabbed randomly without asking.
Ernie absolutely grabbed like an alcoholic drink that is just way too strong for him. It's not any kind of like Coors Light that he usually drinks.
Of course he drinks.
Please
Coors
be aware,
Light.
the alcoholic content of these drinks are much higher than human Earth drink alcohol beverages usually contain. Beep, beep, beep.
I'll put it down. Ernie puts
How you
his
doing,
drink
Ernie?
down. It's good.
You sure?
Oh, it's pretty good. Yeah. You probably need a chase, maybe.
Yeah.
I'm good though.
There's like a few minutes of quiet as the doors close. There are a couple other passengers that file in and take their seats, grab a couple beverages and things. The bug gentleman who ushered you in has left and is now outside by the sanitization room. And then the tram kind of begins to do a slow roll out of the station and across the Toyland planet. The first few moments are kind of unexciting, unremarkable, as you're sort of just leaving this sanitized station. But after a few moments pass and you slowly roll along, the window like sort of opens up, revealing the sky of this place. It is awe-inspiring to see that there are these creatures that appear like inanimate objects, but they are moving about freely in this planet. You have creatures like there is a sort of plastic looking ballerina spinning upside down, like just sort of suspended in animated air, turns and looks as the tram goes by and gives a little wave and then goes back to spinning. A giant block creature that looks to be made of different sizes and colors of wooden blocks. There is no facial expression that you could see. There are no eyes, ears, mouth, etc. But it just sort of walks. It is taller than the tram from the ground to far, far above you, as it sort of walks by, taking huge strides. There does not appear to be any botany that you recognize, any sort of grass or anything. There is just glitter. Glitter everywhere. glitter all over the ground, glitter falling from certain places in the sky. There is a glitter storm happening off in the distance. You can see a sort of spiral appearing in a funnel in the sky as you go by.
The Toyland planet is an affectionate nickname for this planet and effectively the accepted name. Its original name sounds to most life forms similar to the sound fallen snow on the ground. Listen carefully. Beep, beep, beep.
Celestine, are those animatronics out there?
No, those are life forms. The Toyland planet is a non-carbon-based planet full of life forms that appear inanimate, although they move around and engage in activities.
Ernie like presses his face up to the window. Whoa.
Some creatures appear glass, plastic, or silicone, but they are truly none of these. Efforts have been made to make the environment hospitable to guests, but none have been successful with the exception of the tram. Beep, beep, beep.
Are they native to this planet, or were they introduced?
Yes, indeed, these are the native inhabitants of the planet. Beep, beep, beep.
And so he's gonna join Ernie at the window, just face right up on it.
Yeah.
What has Zasha grabbed to drink?
Zasha, as you ask that question, like just at that moment that you turn to observe her, she has just like hesitantly grabbed one of the alcoholic beverages and is like kind of like looking and catches you looking at her and is like waiting for some sort of approval.
Lou just kind of stares right back at her for a second and then just says, "If you want one, you can have it."
Okay. And
It's like a full glass of moonshine is what it is.
Lou just puts a hand out and just says, "Just pace yourself. The drinks are strong."
oh, of course. Yeah. She takes a sip of it and she's like, "Oh, can I get a fork?"
Why?
Oh, well, it's just, I feel like, like she grabs like a fork from one of the snack tables and like stabs at it, and the drink like has a sort of like non-Newtonian reaction to being stabbed, and she's able to like scoop it and take a bite of it like jelly.
I'm getting one of that. I don't care what it is. I have to try it.
Did I do it wrong? And then Ernie will grab another one.
If you do it this way, it tastes like better. It tastes more like palatable going down than just like tossing it back like a drink.
Oh, this makes a lot more sense.
Every day something. All right, I guess I will eat my drink then. And Lucretia picks up their mixed drink that shut up and goes to grab a fork and proceeds to copy everyone else, and is pleasantly surprised at how much better it tastes when you eat it.
Mm-hmm.
I think Lucretia just very gracefully sits down at one of the chairs facing one of the windows and is just going to eat their cock and look out the window.
You all kind of peacefully like go by enjoying your drinks. There is no like end seemingly to the sights ahead of you as it goes by. You know, there at some point is a giant rolling ball of mass that just seems to be picking things up as it goes, collecting them, getting bigger. It rolls past you and away, off into the distance, collecting little things. The ballerina from earlier is in there, and waves again as she goes by. Another guest on the tram, a young human looking lady, probably in the equivalent of her teens, wearing a school type outfit, comes up to Celestian and says, "Hi, yeah, I'm doing a report on this place. Can we talk to them?"
You wish to talk to the native of the planet?
Yeah. Yeah, I was kind of hoping I could interview someone and get like a first-hand experience for my report.
Unfortunately, the residents of the Toyland planet are unreachable for communication right now. It is not safe to go and communicate to the residents at this time. The carbon-based universe first found out about the Toyland planet during the Time War. Would you like to hear more information? Beep, beep, beep.
I guess.
Some people tried to land upon the planet on its discovery and requested safety. Unfortunately, they were caught in an acid storm immediately upon entering the atmosphere. And so, that is why we do not communicate with the residents directly. Beep, beep, beep.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, acid storm. Okay. I'm gonna fail. And she just kind of goes back to her seat and continues to look out the window.
What's your report on?
Oh, well, I was supposed to do a anthropological study on a non-human based planet, and I kind of left it to the last minute and forgot, and this was the only thing I could get tickets to at last minute, and of course can't talk to anyone here, and apparently they're all plastic, so I guess I'm just kind of gonna make up whatever I put in this essay. So, yeah.
I did that a lot in college. I did anthropology too, so.
Sasha's like, what kind of doctor are you?
I don't usually use the title doctor. It doesn't really, seems a bit. Anyways, I have my PhD in anthropology.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
All right, that's okay. I got worried for a second.
Then
the
I would
background-
be a medical doctor.
Well,
I would
and
be
that you
worried,
made
too.
up all of your
yeah.
studies on the spot. Yeah.
Well, like in undergrad, you know, when you could get away, when nobody was double checking those kinds of things, you know.
Sure. Yeah.
I was really busy in undergrad. I didn't have the time for the. And Ernie is just making up excuses for himself now.
Getting back shot of Lucretia looking extremely offended that anybody would make up their essays and not actually do the research for it.
I mean, I did the research when I was in my master's program, but in undergrad, I was really busy. I was on an intramural volleyball team, and well, that took a lot of time. Anyways, you could just make it up if nobody's double checking. I could help you. Ernie regrets saying that as soon as he says it.
Lou's just looking
I'm
at you like, you want to
okay.
go back to school? Like, what?
I'm good, stranger. I'll write my essay myself. You're all good.
Ernie looks beet red. He's so red and flustered. He's like, all right. Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay.
Lou is looking to Sita to see if Sita can help rescue this situation.
There's no saving it.
Sita kind of snags Ernie by the elbow of his shirt and just sort of steers him away from the teenager to like the other side where Celestian is.
Thank you.
And is going to take a seat across from the teenager and to say, so, you know, no judgment or anything, but why didn't you do your essay before? Did something stop you, or?
Oh, no, I just, like, wanted to hang out with my friends instead.
I mean, I respect that. I totally get it. We don't know anything about this planet, otherwise we'd help you, but we're new here ourselves.
Yeah, it's pretty weird. I mean, I'd love to talk to them, but, yeah, I guess most of them don't look like they have mouths, so I'm not sure.
Well, why not write your essay about that? Why not just write an essay purely about what you're able to observe while you're here on the planet?
Oh, I guess that's what I'll do. I was gonna just lie, and make stuff up about it. No.
Don't do that. No.
Ernie stops nodding.
Never.
Oh, well, I mean, I kind of do it all the time, but
Stop doing that, student.
wait, can you repeat what you just said, Lucretia?
Lucretia said, stop doing that. You're an anthropology student.
Oh, but yeah, but that's like, that's just a blow-off
Science.
class.
Science-based.
Now Ernie looks offended.
I'm curious to know why is it a blow-off class?
Yeah, why is it a blow-off class?
Well,
Ernie rolling up his sleeves, ready to fight.
He actually
You picked
looks
the
like he
wrong
might cry.
trio of doctors to offend.
He doesn't look mad, he just looks sad.
we talk about the
Yeah, what?
3 doctors that are
What?
squaring up to this teenager right now.
Sita is not at all squared up. She's genuinely just like, hey, bud. Hey, how's it going? Yeah, my friends. Yep. I know.
Oh,
Lucretia's
yeah,
just a 5'2", almost 50-year-old Asian woman. Like, just concerned.
No, I mean, it's just not what I really care about. I just have to take the class for the credits, do you
What do you care
know
about?
my mom or something?
No, I'm just nosy.
Who's your
it's
mom?
just sort of built into me. I'm a scientist at heart, so
Okay.
I like to
Yeah.
know things that are probably none of my business.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Ooh,
didn't
I think
catch his
as
name.
Indulging me.
I think as soon as Sidley says scientists, Celestian will say scientists. Although we haven't been able to establish a clear translation between the Toyland inhabitants' languages and our own, the scientists have discovered that they seemed enthusiastic about the building of the tram and even assisted in the process. In parts of the tour, you'll see an enclosure, and then they kind of just beep, turn over to point towards the outlooking window and say, in which some of our greatest minds are attempting to formulate a cipher with those willing to discuss with us. Beep, beep, beep.
Look at
The
Sita.
tram moves just a little bit more, and you see that there is another enclosure made of the same material the tram is, and there are some scholars inside from all different planets. So you see some human, some Argonian, some like the cat folks and things like that. There's all different kinds hanging out in here, writing on notepads and tablets and things like that. And up on the other side of the glass, you see that different inhabitants from this planet kind of come up to the glass and interact through it. It does not look like it's going particularly well. Right now, on the other side of the glass, there is fully just a sort of amorphic blob that just keeps shifting and turning inside of itself, and then stopping. And with like two globules that make a hand motion, it just goes like this. And then the scientists go, yeah, I don't know. And like are just like sort of nodding. I don't know. I got nothing. I have no idea. So it doesn't look like it's going particularly well in terms of trying to decipher what is being said to one another.
Sidley looks like she is going to pass out from excitement. Just fully like wide-eyed and kind of frozen in place, staring hungrily out of the window into the enclosure.
I would, as you are passing through here, I would like to give Dr. Howe an opportunity to witness and look at some of the interactions that are happening on the other side of the glass to see if you can gauge like where we're at in this process of detecting like each other's languages.
I think maybe this is a Dr. Ware situation. I don't know.
Dr. Ware could also try, but it would just be in a different way.
I'll try.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you said how by mistake. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna be any good at this.
No, I wanna give you the opportunity first.
Okay, cool. Cool. What am I rolling? Oh, I rolled good. Really good.
You did?
Yeah, I got 2 6s.
Oh, hell yeah.
But I don't know what to add to it yet.
Yeah, you're gonna add your awareness and your knowledge.
14.
14. Okay.
Right. No, I lied to you. I'm so sorry. That's not 14.
Okay.
I'm bad at math. 12,
Okay.
19.
I was gonna say,
19.
you only have 1 awareness and 1 knowledge?
Yeah.
No, I'm much better than that. I have just bad math brain.
For Dr. Ware, you have 2 options here if you want to try to dig into this. You could try to just like use your knowledge of linguistics, or you could try to pull like some sort of information from unit that could potentially have some sort of information to help you.
I'm going to use my knowledge of linguistics to try and sort of Rosetta Stone this and pick up patterns in the ways that the natives are communicating.
Okay, great. I want you to make, in that case, the same roll, the awareness and knowledge roll. Whoa, yeah, 19 out of 20. Okay. Fantastic. It is sort of like simultaneous for both of you, but in different ways. The way in which this clicks for you. As you're going by, you kind of watch these sort of repeated interactions where the creatures on the other side of the glass are doing different movements and things to try to communicate, and the scientists look increasingly frustrated. From just like a historical, like cultural standpoint, Dr. Howe, you know that just about every living thing with any amount of sentience, of course your knowledge is all based in carbon, but life is life, and there is something that is ever present throughout every sentient creature that you've come in to study, and that is humor. And Dr. Ware, from a linguistics pattern, language has repeated motions. There, you know, whatever they are, there's going to be something that happens over and over again and shows up more than once. In just this brief time, everything that they're doing is different. Which, if they were trying to get the scientists to understand, they would probably repeat things, you know, say words over and over again, or use a sort of symbol over and over again until we figured out what it was. Instead, they're doing these repetitive motions and then getting a reaction.
Are they telling jokes?
They have to be. They have to be, right? Celestian, do we get any closer to the enclosures? Are there visitation hours?
Unfortunately, there is no way to get closer to the enclosures at the moment. However, this is a 1-hour tour, so as much can be observed in 1 hour is all right. Beep, beep, beep.
Dylan, where these like scholars and stuff are, is it like an additional room? Is it people who are further down the tram from us? Where are they exactly?
Yeah, so
I want to go to where the people are.
So it is fully in like a separate, so the tram is like passing this by. It's like a sturdy enclosure that's outside of the tram. It's like its own observatory box, and like creatures from the outside can willingly come and interact through the glass. But there's no visible way that you see that you can get through. There's like not a path. And in fact, you're kind of steadily, slowly going past it.
Question, there. How do we get there?
I cannot stop the tram. The tram will continue on. The tram must complete the 1-hour tour. Beep, beep, beep.
Let me ask a different question. How did they get there?
The scientists are appointed by the overseers of the planet. Beep, beep, beep.
Question. I study language for a living. It's what my doctorate is in. So I would like to speak to whoever I need to speak to get wherever they are, so that I can get a closer look at these animals. Or life form.
If you have
I'm
a
willing to be...
complaint, you may
Not a
issue it to the to the comment section at the end of the tram ride.
Not a complaint. Not a complaint, Celestian, just an inquiry.
All questions and comments may be reserved until the end for feedback. Beep, beep, beep.
Celestian, I want you to take a long, hard look at me, and I want you to ask yourself whether or not I'm stupid enough to jump out of this tram.
Oh my goodness. I just can't even.
And she is so calm. She is so calm right now.
The tram is equipped with military grade protections to keep you safe from the environment. Please stay seated in an upright position and do not go too close to the railing. Beep, beep, beep.
That's so funny. I am also equipped with military grade protection. I work for UNIT. So we can do this the easy way, and you can tell me how to get to where they are so I can observe the creatures. Or we can do this the other way and just see how things shake out. Perhaps literally.
I'm sensing a tone of frustration. Please bear with us as we go through technical difficulties. We will do our very best to make sure that you are happy with your experience. Please wait. Beep, beep, beep.
Rather than losing her temper, Sita is like about to chew through her lower lip, but has pulled out her cell phone and is furiously texting her contact at unit, asking them to go through whatever channels they need to get her into that box.
Yes. Oh, I
Feeling
think
you
you're
are muted.
Haha. Your message goes through and you get the notification that it's received and being processed. It's going to probably take a few minutes for you to get a response, but it's been received by unit. Would anybody else like to do or say anything as before the scene transitions?
Lucretia has just been watching this slowly escalating situation. I like to imagine as this scene is happening, the camera is focused on them, but in the background you can see Lucretia just watching very intently, chewing on their cocktail. And it's very much like the popcorn gift of the person eating popcorn. What is Zasha doing in this moment?
I was just gonna say, in the background, out of focus, you see Lucretia staring and watching. Even more out of focus, even further in the background, you see that Sasha has learned how to do a fun little trick with the drinks, and will just like punch them and then shoot them, like shoot them back, because they will be like a solid little Jello cube, and then that just pops
Jello
straight
shots.
out. Yeah.
While Sita waits for a response, Sita's gonna go join Zasha. Just gonna fully turn, abruptly, silently walk away from Celestian, go join Zasha, and just punch 2 Jello shots.
Yeah.
Sita leaves Ernie just looking confused right next to Celestian. Sorry about that. And he'll join the others.
I imagine we're all like squished up into this booth now because everybody has slid in, and like and Lucretia's just watching all of you. Like they haven't done that; they're just watching. And
I think this is fully Sita back in college. This is fully college era Sita, just like rabid to know a thing and going to be a problem until they do.
Yeah.
A few moments go by, and Sita, you do get a response back on your phone from one of your contacts back at unit. It says that Tor wouldn't stop, so he sent a message directly to the planet. They've got overseers. I don't know if they will speak any of our known languages, but we sent the request over.
Sita smiles quietly to herself and just very demurely texts back, "Thank you so much for trying. We'll see what happens," with like the little like the pleased emoji, and a little anatomical heart emoji. This is a work text. This is someone that she works with, and this is absolutely how she's going to close this text message off and send it back.
Excellent. Excellent. There is like a little cutscene to the office at unit where like some like grizzled guy with like a cigarette hanging out of his mouth gets that text message and is like, all right. I guess. And pans quickly back to you. As you're all kind of standing there, one of the inhabitants starts flying. Flying's the wrong word. There's no wings. Sort of hovering and bouncing through the air a little bit. A sort of asymmetrical looking collection of shapes. There is a triangle, a square, couple of circles of different sizes that all keep switching position, but they stay together as they move. has started to come pretty close up to the glass of the viewing area. Right up to it, in fact, not far from where you're standing, and is sort of hovering along with the tram, following with you.
Lucretia just waves at it, because I think Lucretia's been pushed all the way into the booth, so they're like one of the closest people to the window. Wave at it.
I didn't catch the last thing you said. It broke up for me. Can you just repeat the last thing you said, Lucretia?
Oh, I said, I think Lucretia has been pushed into the booth, so they're the closest to the window, at least on their side of the bench. And when they notice this, they just turn and they just wave at it.
It appears to have some sort of reaction to that. It sort of rearranges itself in a quick little motion. And then it moves. And Sita, there are no eyes, but it looks like it's facing you.
Yeah, and
Looking
Lou
at
is
you.
just about to like nudge Sita and be like, look.
Yeah.
Sita looks through the window at this creature for a minute, trying to kind of assess the way it's put together and look around for a minute and starts stealing silverware from the other places at the table, and is going to make kind of like a jumble of shapes, essentially, and rearrange them into, I guess, the most aesthetically pleasing organization she can come up with.
Okay. I would like for you to make me a presence and craft roll.
Ooh.
That's not gonna be good.
Ooh.
If anyone wants to help in any way, I would open the door to that.
Lou would
That
be the
is a
help.
13.
I am not creative at all.
Okay.
Yeah, neither am I. It's a 13.
13.
I'm kind of creative. Ernie will like look over Sita's shoulder and be like, I think you should move that one there, actually. I think that looked better over
You know
there.
I think you're right. I think that definitely fits better. It tessellates better.
give me a roll and just add your craft to it, Ernest.
Okay,
and we're going
cool.
to tack that on to the 13 that Sita got.
Okay. 12.
You got a 12 just rolling your craft?
Wait, like 1d6 and a craft?
Yeah.
Okay, no, I did 2d6 and a craft.
Oh, okay,
Sorry
okay.
about that.
No, you're
Okay.
so good. You're so good.
8.
Still, okay. So
I
that's
have
going to
a
be
good craft.
21.
Power of friendship. Thanks, Ernie.
I
Yeah.
have a really good
Power of
craft.
friendship.
Friendship and
Ernie
creativity.
crochets.
This critter is sort of like hovering and doing these little swaps and little rearrangements kind of in a calm way as you rearrange things. Almost just like following you, observing. And when you present the finished product, this collection of glassware and silverware and things in a nice, pretty design, it pauses its rearranging movements for a second and then jumbles up a bunch to match it as best as it can. And so it looks almost like the shape that you've made.
Okay, so haven't ruined relations yet. That's good. Apparently aesthetically pleasing is at least a safe route to go, but it seems to understand. I think it wants to know what we're doing here too.
I think Celestian's gonna walk up and just say, "It appears you have made contact with the native beings of the planet. Beep, beep, beep."
Almost like I have a degree in linguistics, Celestian.
That is a wonderful development. I will report it to my supervisor. Beep, beep, beep. I'm so sorry.
I love
I love everything you're doing here.
Not the customer service voice.
The most polite way of saying, that's nice for you. I don't care.
That's-
Fantastic. Absolutely incredible.
The critter does one more little rearrangement and then ducks down out of sight, out of the view of the window for a few minutes, and comes back up a few moments later, and hovering next to it as it sort of does a little dance next to it, and Ernest and Siddeley both. This is the same kind of movement that the other creature was doing that made you think it was laughter or something to do with humor. And it does this, and the item that's floating next to it is a giant piece of train track. And the tram comes to a screeching halt. Uh-oh! It's still doing its little flips and flops through the air.
Something has malfunctioned. Beep, beep, beep.
Ernie, like,
I must go
positions
check
his
on that.
broad body to block the Celestian's view from, like, the train track window situation. Just kind of, like, rotates.
Please be patient while we deal with this problem. Beep, beep, beep. And they'll kind of over to wherever they need to go.
Yeah.
When Celestian turns around, Siddeley is just gonna kind of gently wave her phone at her friends and tuck it back into her pocket.
What did you do?
I didn't do anything. I may have requested that something be done. Lou? I never
Lou
asked
does
you
a
for
Jell-O
anything,
shot.
But I'm getting in that box.
Zosha's
Pounding
jaw
on the table.
drops.
I broke Lou.
Celestian, as you step away and kind of like digitally submit a report, a few minutes later you get one back and they go, yeah, keep the passengers calm, but they're taking the tram apart, and like, Celestian, if you look out the window after that, you will see that more like floating creatures have like come to take more parts of the tram and are just chucking them into the sky. Some of them are like absorbing them back into their like weird plastic and metal bodies. But the tram is fully like being dismantled around you. We're trying to work on a solution. Keep the, living guests as calm as you possibly can. The upside is you'll be fine, Celestian.
Indeed. And Celestian will turn back to everyone and walk over and say, please stay calm as we experience technical difficulties. Please take the time to remind yourselves of the emergency procedures should they be needed. There is a pamphlet under your seats.
No, I don't like that.
Does anybody look at the pamphlet?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Lucretia
I'm
would
reading
look at
it.
the pamphlet.
I'm only looking at the pictures, though.
The emergency pamphlet basically says there is no way to safely exit the tram unless it's in its docking station. Do not, under any circumstances, exit the tram. If you are forcibly exited from the tram, we are very sorry.
Celestian will finish up saying, please turn your view to the back of the tram so as not to see what is happening behind the view window. This will ensure that you remain calm when the inhabitants possibly disrupt the cabin walls. Thank you. Beep, beep, beep.
Do you look?
I look.
As you look, like there, like you can see like the track ahead of you, like as it curves past the tram, and you just see like like these creatures are just like throwing bits of it all around, like and working their way like closer towards you.
Sita, can you tell them to put it back?
Sita is furiously scrolling through her bootlegged copy of her database that she has put on her phone, and is looking for any cultures that have a similar method of communication, something she can use as a jumping off point. All she wants is the word stop.
I think that, like, with the information that you have, there are other life forms that communicate just with like symbols and movement. Like there's plenty of that to go on. Like the best, most tried and true, of course, these creatures don't have hands in the same way that you all do. But this motion appears pretty much everywhere. It's kind of your best bet for a stop motion. Just anything, any variation on this.
Okay, I'm gonna run and kind of skid up to the glass, and just before I hit it, just hold out both hands. I'm not gonna yell stop because I don't think that they speak person, but I am just going to. I also want to look very, very stern and almost disappointed in them.
Okay. I would like you to give me a presence and convince.
Oh boy. Okay. It's a not. Wait, no. It's an 11 because I'm not a persuasive individual.
It's an 11. Okay,
Yeah.
You do that. A couple of different creatures do like see you and react. And they do that little laughter motion again, where they just sort of jiggle about. One will sort of come over to the glass nearby Celestian, and you see like a sort of big face. It's just a face, a floating face. Not like a human head, like face from Nickelodeon. Yeah, just a colorful swatch and eyes and a mouth. That gives a smile and a wink at you, Celestian.
Celestian just doesn't really react. Celestian doesn't have a face, so you don't see any expression on them. It's just the amorphous human morph soup blob. And Celestian just kind of processes for a moment and then turns over and meow, meow, and then starts like repeating parts of their dialogue that they've already kind of said. Although we haven't been able to establish a clear connection between the Toyland inhabitants' languages and our own, they seemed enthusiastic about the meow, meow, tearing apart of the tram, and even assisted in the process. In part of the tour, you'll see an enclosure in which some of the greatest minds are attempting to formulate a cipher with those meow, where the where the scientists are running in terror. Beep beep beep.
What was that last part?
These scientists are running in terror. Beep beep beep.
Okay, and the part right before that. Why are they running in terror? Are the scientists also in danger? Celestian?
In parts of the tour, you'll see an enclosure. Hello, I'm your guide for this journey. How can I help you? I am Celestian. Beep, beep, beep.
Did we break Celestian, or did they reboot her? Them.
I don't know.
Okay.
I am a construct, just like gender. You may use any pronouns. Beep, beep, beep.
Siddeley texts her contact unit and just says, "Could really, really use that audience right about now," with many, many, many exclamation points.
You say that to your contact, and you get a message back saying, "Yeah, they said someone was going to get you. They were going to get you out and into the observation deck."
Okay, so they're a very literal species, huh? Okay, good to know. Good to know. Very literal use of language on the Toyland planet. Fantastic.
Ernie's stress
All right.
eating Jello. What are we gonna do?
I think Sitta reaches out and snatches the cocktail glass out of Ernie's hand and takes whatever's left in it.
Sure.
And is going to spill it on the table.
Aw.
I'll get you another one. I promise. And spill it on the table and start rearranging the items that are on the table. What she is trying to communicate is that it's unsafe for them to leave the tram. It's unsafe. What they're doing is bad. You're gonna kill everybody inside. Please stop.
Okay.
So I think there are more sharp things involved, and I think it's probably like a slightly taller structure with that jello pool of non-Newtonian liquid kind of in the center of it, and is just furiously pointing at it, hoping for the best.
Great. Before I make you roll, does anybody else want to do anything at the same time to either help Sitta or do something else?
So I'm not doing anything actively, but I think Ernie would be passively helping Sitta in any convince roll because he is crying. So
Oh no!
he looks very scared and he has begun to cry.
Okay.
I think once Lucretia sort of is picking up what Sid is putting down, literally, Lucretia's going to help by taking out objects from their tote bag that could be used to help illustrate this thing. Namely, I think I take out my field surgery kit, and I have all of my surgery implements that are sharp, and I just place those on the table and let you use them for your picture.
Okay. Fantastic.
Sitta, can you tell them to stop?
I'm trying, Ernie. I promise I'm trying. Okay. And I think just kind of reaches out and pats him a little too hard on the shoulder and goes back to rearranging stuff.
Excellent. I would like from Sitta I would love an ingenuity convince from you. And I would love for Lucretia to add knowledge. So 1d6 plus your knowledge. And I would love Ernest to add your convince. So a d6 plus your convince.
Okay, 15.
Okay.
Plus 8.
15
Plus
plus 8
4.
plus 4. Before
27.
Thank you. Celestian, what would you like to do?
I think Celestian is going to try to see what they can do about the ship. If they have any type of field they can kind of like a force field or something. So they'll try to go over to a control panel.
Okay. Yeah, you can go to a control panel. Celestian, you when you go to the control panel, the thing that you're able to do that's the most helpful. Let's see. Give me a awareness technology roll, Celestian.
Ooh, okay. Oh, that's not great. That is going to be 7.
Oh, you're still rebooting. It's okay.
Yeah. There's during one of your little like shortages that you keep having, you connect to this like communicator box, and the tram starts to move again, and is like moving very slowly still, but towards the deconstructed area. At this time, Sidley, you hold up your final creation as Ernest sobs nearby. I will also add, I'm going to add for Zosha.
Oh yeah, what's my assistant doing?
Vomiting.
Oh, she just got here.
Yeah. This is fully too much in all ways. So we're gonna add, that was a 27 collectible, and we're gonna bring it up with that to a round 30.
Yes.
As the tram starts to slowly roll along, a couple of creatures have started to watch and observe, and they look like kind of excited at first, like bouncing through the air, and then they see the creation that you've made, and there's like a little collective buzz and a hesitation of quiet as they are sort of communicating with each other, like bouncing around and re-examining and circling each other. And very quickly, suddenly, all of them like rush over to the parts of the deconstructed tram that they have taken apart, and fall themselves into the places of, and like conform to the tracks and become tracks as the tram rolls safely over them.
Were they
Didn't mean
dead?
any harm. They thought they were helping us.
Travel has resumed. The tour will now continue. Beep, beep, beep.
Ernie like presses his face up the window in the back to try to see if they killed themselves or not. Did they die? Did they die putting themselves on the tracks? Are they okay?
No, as like the tram rolls like past the broken area, like you see behind you that they all like sort of get up and like go roaming about their snowy, glittery land. As the tram slowly rolls back into the opposite end of the station and stops safely.
That concludes the end of our tour. Thank you for joining the Toyland Planet on our trip. We hope you had a pleasant experience. If you did not, please leave a comment in the box on your way out. Beep, beep, beep.
Ernie gives the tour 4 stars.
Sita gives the tour 2 stars, and the comment that she leaves with it is, "Shoulda let me go in the observatory box." And that's it. She's gonna die mad about losing this opportunity.
Lucretia once looks over Zasha's shoulder. What does Zasha write for a review?
Zasha writes, "Thank you for the beverages. No thank you for the near-death experience. 5 out of 10, I would come back."
I love that for
Drops
her.
that in.
just kind of processing that and proceeds to leave also a 2-star, 2 out of 5-star review, and they simply just write needed more educational content, uh, and that's their review.
I love it.
Excellent, excellent. The TARDIS has met you on the other side. You do have to step through another containment area before you're able to get in. Celestian, do you have any parting words for our for our guests?
We hope you come again and consider coming to one of our other attractions on the following planet. And presents like a list that scrolls of all these other different planet attractions and different
Yes.
planets to join.
One of them is just on fire. Like they all look they all look very dangerous.
Lucretia
Sita
just
takes a
makes a
photo of that list.
Yeah, mental note to never go to any of these places. Like we're gonna put all of these places on like the no-fly zone for the TARDIS, for the Doctor. We're gonna tell them when they get back. We're not going to any of these places.
Thank you for journeying with us on Musty Enterprises. Have a great day.
Musty
Thanks, Celestian.
Prices?
Musty.
Oh, musty. I said musty.
Musty, you know, you almost got a little musty on that trip.
True. Thank you, Celestian.
They will offer a last beep 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 as salutations.
Very nice. With that last beep beep beep, you are sanitized and you are welcomed back into the TARDIS. And the TARDIS sort of greets you with a lot of emojis like flying up over the screen, all happy and excited, and then like just like sort of like waiting quietly.
Lucretia turns to Zasha, who I think snuck one of the beverages off of the tram, and
Yeah.
they just take it from her and just say no. Put it in the trash.
All right. Fine. Whew, that was wild. Is every day like this?
Unfortunately.
More or less.
Oh, cool. And that's more or less stressful than being a surgeon, would you say, Dr. Wen?
Today or in general? Because there was that one time the restaurant almost ate us, and you know, the other time that, and like Lucretia just starts listing a lot of the mishappenings that have happened since they've been gone.
Huh. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna say more. Maybe I'll go back home and just manage things from there. I think this was fun, but maybe space isn't ready for me yet.
Perhaps not. And Lucretia just like gives Zasha like a gentle pat on
Christmas morning all over her face. Like, thanks. Okay. As the TARDIS sort of slowly begins to swirl and twirl back in its destination to head first towards Earth to drop off this guest and then on to the hospital to pick up the doctor. That is where we will end our Companions episode of Doctor Who, The Many Hearts Project. This was all Companions, all fun. I cannot wait to hear Drax Doctor's reaction to all of this. I'm so looking forward to it. I have been Super Dylan. I am Super Dylan everywhere on the internet. I am a principal character on the Atom List, which is a Starfinder podcast you could find on all of the podcast platforms, or you can watch the unedited version live on the Welcome In. It is a great show. I play a little rat who can talk to computers like Cinderella talks to rats. Please,
Beautiful.
What?
please watch it. It's good. She
Why
has
have
a
you
crush.
had that as
She
the
has a crush on a sentient piece of garlic. Please watch our show. I cannot stress this enough. It's so good. Please help me. I was joined by such an incredible group of people today. Please remind everybody how amazing you are. You are all incredible, starting with the lovely Danny. Thank you for joining us this week. You are amazing.
Thank you for having me. I had so much fun. Whatever Celestian had going on, I don't even know, but that was a blast. I am Danny once again. You can find me on the internet at Bitterthorn, where I do cosplay and play games with friends. And I'm currently doing a Fern cosplay, and a lot of people apparently recognize me on TikTok, so that's exciting.
Yeah.
So yeah, come follow me, and thank you so much again for having me, y'all.
Danny's Fern is really
please.
good. If you haven't seen it, go look. I don't even
Yeah.
watch
Baller.
Critical Role, but I know the character, and Danny's looks good.
It's so good. It's so good, and like, I think this is one of my favorite characters from the Critical Role of all time. But like, the way that Danny portrays the facial expressions, like, is, I mean, it's canon what I see in my head now.
Yeah. Same.
It's so good. Yeah, so please go check that out. DK.
That is still me. I am still DK. I just played Sidley Ware, who apparently has beef with an automaton now, so that's honestly very exciting for her.
On brand.
Almost makes up for the devastating loss of the chance to communicate with those animals in a more articulate fashion.
I am so sorry.
When I am not here, you can find me at AbbaDarlings on Twitter, probably talking about TTRPGs, honestly. It's probably just that and me posting as things that I think are aesthetic. When I'm not doing that, you can catch me on Exquisite Corpse Presents, including in about an hour and a half. You can catch me on Divine Intervention, or you can catch me on Saturdays in Sister Cities, which are two very different homebrew campaigns. They have all kinds of fun mechanics and things. We have a guest tonight. It's going to be very good. Thanks for having me, and thanks to May, as always, for putting all of this together and giving us a chance to play Doctor Who once a week.
Yeah, amazing. Jay.
Hello, everybody. My name is Jay. I use they, them pronouns. You can find me on Twitter at Nalawu and at KnowledgeRaws. Today I played Dr. Lucretia Wen, who is finally, maybe, learning to have fun? Question mark? I don't know if I would describe this tour as fun, but it certainly was a tour of a
Lucretia
place.
took a non-Newtonian shot.
Very true.
I think that is definitely, at least in a couple of definitions, fun.
A little bit of fun. You know, it's my old college friends bringing it back, you know? But I'm an illustrator and director, also a voice actor, as a TV reader, actual consultant, TV content creator, and actual play stream performer. You can find me on Mondays playing this game on this channel. Come back next week for our finale, which is exciting. Like, what? And then on Tuesdays, tomorrow, on this same channel at 3 p.m., I'm a cast member of Visions of Gold, which is a D&D 5e Call of the Netherdeep game, where lovely May is our GM, and lots of other lovely people are playing with me. And then this Saturday, is the continuing on of Season 2 of Avatar Reclamations, the Avatar Legends game that I'm playing on over at TTRPG. And that game is also very fun as well. But follow my Twitter, all the stuff that I'm doing, all the stuff that I'm involved in. The best place to keep up with all of that stuff. But thank you so much, and I am going to throw it over to the right side of the screen to my favorite coward, Ernest Howe, played by the immaculate EJ.
Hi, I'm EJ, just like the letters. You can find me in chat, that's One Big Egg. You can also find me on Twitter, Several Big Eggs. And on Friday nights, you can find me on Stella Luna's channel. We play Gay Dungeons & Dragons. It's, a lot of fun. I'm here with May, the wonderful Lady May, who has run our show so beautifully and efficiently. We love her. And yeah. Tonight I played Ernest Howe, a beautiful little sensitive man-child boy who is still not very fond of near-death experiences, but does love his friends. So thank you for having me tonight. And thank you to Danny. You did amazing. I love Celestian so much. Oh, my heart. Thank you.
Claps.
So very much.
Claps.
Incredible. Thank you again to May. Thank you to everyone who's joined us. Thank you to Cubicle 7 for writing this little gem. We love it so very much. And we will see you next week for the finale. Thank you again, and we'll see you next week. Mwah.